What's up, YouTube? Today I have a install video for y'all. So quickly, this is my 7.3 powerstroke. It is a 2000 year model. Haven't done much to it. It's still bone stock. The only thing I've really done is I put on some new lights, light bar, tail lights, and a third brake light. Real quickly, while I'm thinking about it, I'm sorry if y'all hear any background noise. My neighbors, they have a bunch of dogs and a bunch of people, so sorry if you hear any background noise. Let's dive into it. So, this here is the 7.3 powerstroke. Bone stock, nothing has been done to it at all. So I've recently ordered a couple parts for it that I want to be installing. So quickly to tell you what I've bought. I have a high pressure oil crossover line that I'm going to be installing, not on this video, but probably on one of the next videos. That's one of the parts. Next part, I'm not going to be installing it on this video, is the CVD fittings. Basically what these do is they increase the fuel flow to the engine and gives it a little bit more power. And finally, and the part that I'm going to be installing today, is the air intake heater delete plug. So to give you a quick rundown of what it is, I'll try to jump up here real quick. Alright, the air intake heater, which is right here, what it does is it's supposed to heat up the air that's coming into the engine on a cold start. It only comes on certain parameters. Like, I think it has to be 32 degrees or below. It has to have 131 oil temp or less. So, and down here in Texas, it really doesn't come on that much, so it's kind of pointless for it in my truck. And basically what it is it's a huge freaking like plug, probably about that long, that's taking up room right here in the Y pipe, also known as the turbo spider by some of y'all out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out, delete it, and get more airflow into my truck, which is going to increase power a little bit as well. So to start this off, first thing I want to do is I want to put these other parts back up, and you'll see them in another video. So quickly to give you a little overview about this part, I'm going to try to do this one hand. I bought this part from, I believe it was called Glow Shift. That was the company that I bought it from. Sorry about that. Basically all it is a little delete plug. It's supposed to go right in where the other plug used to be. Sits there and just basically takes up space. In time, whenever I add a gauge, I can use that thread adapter right there and put the gauge on. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to disconnect the negative power lines on both batteries, so that way I can start working on it and not zap myself in the process. So when we get that done. Alright guys, I'm back. As you see, I have taken off the negative on this battery. You can't see really, but I took the negative off on that side as well. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. So on this intake plug, there are two wires. One right here on the top is your positive, and this one back here in the back, you can't really see it that well, it's your negative. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a 13 millimeter, and you're going to be taking that bolt off. This red wire right here, that is your positive. You're going to be taking that off first. Then you're going to come over here, and can't really see it that well, but that bolt right there It's a 13 millimeter as well. You're going to be taking that off, and that is your negative, your ground wire. Once you have that done, you're going to be taking the bolt off right here on front. It is a 10 millimeter. Just simply unscrew it, and that takes your wires off. So, let's see. Alright, I'm going to try to do this one hand. Take it just like that. Alright, that's your first one loosened. Come down here to the other one. Let's see if I can get it. Hang tight. Alright, I'm going to have to sit my hand down and get this one as well. But as you can see, you're going to loosen that one, and that'll take off your negative. Once you're done getting your lines off, what you need to do is put your bolts back on to keep all the other wires and stuff that's in the area in place. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back here in just a sec. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have unscrewed these bolts, this one and that one right over there, taken the positive and negative side off and screwed them back on. So now the next part that needs to be done is you got to take excuse me, you have to take that bolt right there off. So get your 10 millimeter socket, just get it on there and undo it just like that. Break it, and then just screws right off. Let's see, it's gonna take me a little bit because it's a long bolt. Alright, I'll get back to you as soon as I get this nut and these wires. Alright guys, I'm back. As you can see, I've taken the positive and negative off. Here they are right here. Here's your positive wire, took that off. And actually, I didn't know this, but this front part has the nut, and it's like a little nut holder to it. Kind of cool in my opinion. But take that off, and then this brass fitting right here will come with it. Then sitting right behind it is your negative or your ground wire. Take that off, and that is the end for the wires. Now, last part is the actual plug itself. I'm gonna have to go do some looking because I don't know if I have the part for it, but it is a 1-inch deep socket that you're gonna need for it, or a 1-inch wrench, and you're just gonna have to break it loose. And as soon as you do that, you should be able to just unscrew it and get it out. So let me go look and see if I have a 1-inch deep socket or a 1-inch wrench, and I will get that out and I'll get right back to you. Alright guys, so I was just able to break it loose, and now I'm going to unscrew it all. Once this is out, I'll be able to put the air intake delete plug in it. So that's what it is. That's what's supposedly warming up the air in the truck whenever it gets to a certain temperature, a certain parameter for it. But really and truthfully, down here in Texas, it's not going to turn on a whole lot, and I don't think it's ever really worked. But yeah, that's it right there. Now we're going to, I gotta get all these out of the way. Sorry about that. So now we're going to put that on, and hopefully we'll get some power gains out of it. But as you can see, that sucker right there took up the majority of the area inside the turbo spider, or the Y pipe as some of y'all like to call it. Kind of as like a little comparison for y'all to see what it would look like inside, kind of taking up the area. Anyways, let's get on to the new part. Sorry for horrible video quality. This is my first video, so I'm figuring it out as I go along. So, here we go. Got the new one right here. And we're just going to get it in there, and assuming I can get it in here. Well, oh. Alright, well, let's see here. Give me a second. I'll be back. Alrighty, so I finally got it started, and here we go, just screwing it in. Kind of difficult to do all of this with one hand, but trying. So I've got it on there finger tight. What we're going to do, take our 1-inch deep socket again with our half drive. And actually that ain't going to fit. Oh, it's a bigger one. Alright, well, let's see. Again, sorry for poor video quality, but I'm figuring this out as I go along and just kind of winging it, you know? So give me a second and I'll find a socket that'll fit that. Alrighty guys, I'm back. So for this one, for this product, it's a one size up for the 1-inch. This is actually a 1 1/16 deep socket now. So a little bit of an increase on it. Just quickly tighten it down, and there we go. It is installed. I'm going to quickly clean up my area and reconnect the batteries, start it up, and see if there is any leaks in it. It's kind of an important thing to do, see if there's any leaks. If not, then the install was successful, and that'll be the end of the video. So let me clean up this area real quick, and I'll do a startup video for y'all, and we'll see if there's any leaks to it. Alrighty, so I just disconnected, I just reconnected the batteries, cleaned up the entire area. So we're about to turn the truck on and see if everything's good, see if there's any air leaks. If not, then we installed it correctly and everything was good. This part of the video is probably going to be pretty loud, so I'm sorry if you can't hear me, and I'm sorry if it gets real loud, but it's a 7.3 Power Stroke. It's going to be pretty loud. So here we go. Wait, start light went off. Here we go. Alright, check engine light isn't on. Everything appears to be good. Let's go look at it real quick. Doesn't feel like there's any air leaks. Everything's good right there. Alrighty guys, so went and checked it. Don't know if y'all could hear me, but looked at it, felt it. There doesn't feel like there's any air leaks in it. Check engine light didn't come on, so that's good. And fired up just like it should. So that concludes this video. Everything's been put back. The bolts, everything's back like it should be. It's on there snug, and yeah, that's it for it. Next video that'll come out, I'm tired, I gotta go through all the crap now. next video that's going to come out, and it may be today and it may be tomorrow, I'm not sure, is going to be this high pressure oil crossover line. I think I briefly said what it is in the beginning of this video, but what it does is it's going to equalize the pressure on both heads. It's supposed to increase the life of your injectors as well, and just make the engine run a hair bit smoother and quiet it just a little bit. So let's see if I can show you where I'm going to be working. Again, sorry for poor video quality. It's the first time I'm learning as I go. So first head stud that I'm going to be taking off, actually I don't know if it's called a head stud, but bolt I guess we'll call it at this point, is that one right there. That one's on the driver's side. That's the first one that I'm going to be taking off. The second one, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see it, but it is that one right there. That's the second one that I'm going to be taking off. And basically how it's going to sit, it's not a very good representation, but this high pressure oil crossover line will sit across both head studs under the turbo just like that. In other videos that I have seen about that product, about that installed, people have had to take off the intake pipe and the turbo spider or the Y pipe. I'm gonna try avoiding to take that one off, the Y pipe. I really don't want to mess with it, but this intake pipe right here, I'm gonna have to just take it and remove it and move it a little bit. So that'll be the next video that comes out. Thinking what I want to do real quick is I'm going to go for a little ride around, see if the check engine light comes on or anything, and we'll call this video good. Alright guys, I'm back. Been driving around for a little bit and check engine light hasn't come on. Everything's good. The install went well. For the actual truck and how it feels like there's a little bit more power out of it, and it accelerates a bit better and gets up to speed a bit more. In a different video, not today, in a different video, I might do a 0 to 45 or a 0 to 60 test on it, just to see how long it'll take. But everything went well on it. The install is in and it's done. So that's it for this one. In the next video, you'll see the high pressure oil crossover install. And tell you the truth, I'm a bit scared to take off that intake pipe because I've never done it, and it's something that I really don't want to mess with, but it's gonna have to be done. So that'll be in the next video. So that's it for this video, and I'm sorry that it took a little bit of time, but I purposely made this video long for those that are just getting into the 7.3 powerstroke world and want more power upgrades to their truck, and they're thinking about doing this install and need to know step by step how to do it. So that concludes this video. If y'all will, please subscribe, like, share this to a friend, do whatever. And if you have any questions or comments, concerns, anything, leave it in the comment section. As well as if y'all have any suggestions for a future video, leave it down in the comment section, and I'll go through, read them, and get back to y'all as quickly as I can. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.